how is it completely new? Why is this technique so new, and why are people really objecting to it more than they would to ordinary vaccines?
Well, it's new in the sense that it's a piece of genetic material. We've had people have been very cautious about eating GMO foods, for example, or tampering around. I mean, when you're dealing with genetic material, you're dealing with pieces of messenger RNA or pieces of DNA or pieces of RNA. All of these are pieces of genetic material. When you're tampering around with these sorts of things, you're tampering around with the very, very nuclear essence of what it is to be a living thing. All living things are defined by the fact that they have DNA or genetic material. You know, so when we're injecting pieces of genetically modified or manufactured artificial RNA, when we're injecting that into our bodies and into our cells, the long-term effects of this type of carry on, if you will, are not really known. We really are kind of launching ourselves into very new territory. And a lot of doctors, a lot of scientists would feel that it's very, very dangerous territory, because it's a little bit like, for example, you can tinker about with the headlights of a car, or you can tinker about with perhaps the windscreen wipers, and you're not going to do too much damage. But if you're right in at the engine and the spark plugs, and you're right in at the internal combustion engine of that car, you're a hell of a lot more likely to do a lot more potential damage, long-term damage, than you might do otherwise. So I suppose, that's probably the best analogy I could come up with, that we're right in at the heart of our cellular genetic makeup. So hopefully things will go right for the vast majority of people, but there are serious, genuine fears and concerns about how we're going about this, about the technology that's being used, and whether there will or will not be long-term side effects with this.
Yeah, but that to me is a very. I now understand what. Well done.